What's happening now across the Niagara frontier? News stories, old stories, stuff you know about and stuff you'd never believe. It's the Niagara Hub Soapbox with Craig Avery.
All right, this is the Cool People of Niagara Falls section here. And in order to start the Cool People of Niagara Falls section, we got to find the coolest people to start it off, which we do have, and as I fondly call you, Mary Grace O. and Brook D'Angelo. Now these two people, if you're anywhere in Niagara Falls, you know them, but we're going to introduce them anyway. Brooke helps out at the Wine on Third as kind of a public relations, marketing, and get them in the door and let them have fun type person, right?
That's exactly what it said on my job description.
Yeah, and I know on your business card it says continued on back, and you can read it around the thing here. Well, when she teams up with her buddy Mary Grace, they came up with a great thing last February, which was wearable art, and Mary Grace designs wearable artwork. There was a girl walking around in a dress made of coffee filters, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And we are going to have another event very similar with models walking around in household appliances. So tell us about your appliances.
Well, we could start talking about the show. It's Thursday, October 17th at Wine on Third. It's actually to benefit the aquarium. Last time we had the show, it was very thrown together, let's see what happens kind of a thing. And it turned out that it was standing room only. So we said, you know what, let's do another one and let's bring this money in to a good cause. So we chose the aquarium, and it's sold out actually, which is exciting. But for those of you who can't make it or don't have a ticket, all the wearable art will be hung on the walls of our Wine on Third for an entire month afterwards. Wow. So this wearable art thing, Mary approached me with it earlier this year, and I'm like, what are you talking about? What is this? I don't understand. Then she started showing me some amazing things that she's made. And wearable art is basically fashion that is made out of things that you wouldn't normally think clothing or things that are wearable could be made out of. And here's one great example right here. It's a Mary Grace original. Would you like to tell us what's...
Yes.
MGO, Mary Grace Original.
This dress here is actually made out of Mylar architect blueprints here that have been painted using different kinds of paints, spray paints. These hot pink pieces are actually Halloween decorations that I cut up, and they're also made out of Mylar. If you flip them around, you can see they say trick or treat on them and all kinds of stuff. So basically I use anything and everything that I can find. And now I find myself walking into dollar stores, thrift shops, anywhere. I'm kind of looking around my house, looking for any kind of materials, and people think I'm nuts a lot because I buy a bunch of Halloween decorations on clearance for 12 cents and turn them into a dress. So I take home bubble wrap all the time from places. I go into stores and ask them if they have any kind of weird
Do you need supplies? Do you want all of our viewers to start sending all their artifacts that would normally go? Now, all I can think of, we have Hoover's Dairy delivered to our house, and they have the glass bottles with the plastic tops. Now, if we gave you those little things, well, you could use 3 of them and make an outfit. That would work.
No fig leaves here.
No? Okay. Well, anyway, but I guess my question is, are you looking for stuff, or you know what you need?
I'm always looking for something interesting.
Okay.
But I did post on my Facebook recently and said, does anyone have any interesting plastic? And a lot of people responded. And now I feel like I'm going to be overwhelmed soon unless I kind of control what
Cool.
I take
And you do each item yourself? You don't have a production staff, Chinese children, anything?
No, I thought about hiring some Chinese kids, but it didn't go over very well.
Okay.
But no, I do it all by myself. Although I was at Music is Art recently, and it poured all day, which was unfortunate. But it did stop raining for long enough for us to... My 2 friends that were there, Danielle and Ashley, they helped a lot, and Brooke came by and brought some things, and they sort of helped me assemble a huge wearable art piece. I don't know if you're familiar with what they do there. It's called a living statue. It's where the model looks like she's about 15 feet high, and you make this huge dress, and so we assembled something like it there. And so I had a couple of friends help me with that because it was a bigger project. So, but these things I do by myself.
Well, not to give away any secrets for this coming show, but tell us some of the other pieces that were featured in your previous show.
In the previous show, I had a coffee filter dress, like you mentioned, a trash bag dress. I had bubble wrap. I had architect blueprints. What else do we have? Gift bags, all kinds of different plastic pieces. And the thing that I'm really excited about this show that we're doing for the aquarium is that I can help promote the awareness of all the plastic that's thrown in the ocean every day, and there's a real problem with that. And so I like the idea of creating something beautiful from recycled plastic, especially because there's so much plastic in our world that's just thrown away and
it's tough from around here because you got to get in the car and drive to the ocean to throw the stuff in. So you use all the gas is used. It's unbelievable. It's just, oh my God, I got to go to Delaware, get rid of this milk jug. Wow.
We have actually lots of designers, as we do this time. Lisa Crapsey, who is from Totally Ducked, I believe. She uses a lot of duct tape to make her dresses.
Oh, cool.
And she had a bunch of pieces in the last show, and she's also going to be joining us for this show. I'm actually going to make a few dresses. I got so inspired by this wonderful talent right here that it's kind of driving me nuts because I too go in the dollar store and look at these items in a new way. I will give a little bit away for my dress. I made a dress this time out of drawer liner, like a kitchen drawer liner, not the contact paper, like the squishy stuff. So I made a gown out of that, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to have it in the show.
That looks great.
Well, renovating old homes and buildings, I could see doing the old linoleum flooring, and there's a pattern that you'd look at and say, my God, that was in my grandmother's house. And they're very similar patterns, so we could rip up a couple floors. And I could see maybe a sequel to this being the Mary Grace will judge your stuff and have people do a contest where they make something, and then we bring them all to the hub, and then
that would be fun.
We have a contest to see. And again, kids what's cool, I think, is kids, when they get into these kind of programs, they look at things in a different way than just throwing it out. What can I use this for? And that's kind of cool.
It is cool. And I'm excited to hear about all these contests that they do have nowadays for high schoolers, like the make your prom dress out of duct tape thing. I keep hearing about all these things going on, and they didn't have that when I was younger. And I keep finding out about all these new things with wearable art. It just seems like it's exploding in some places.
Cool.
There's an international contest in New Zealand, and it's been going on for 25 years, and they actually attract 50,000 people to this thing every year, and they just had it now. It's in I think it's in Wellington, New Zealand, and some of the people that win prizes there, they go on to work for, like, for example, a Weta Workshop, the company that made all the Lord of the Rings costumes. So it's more like a costume contest, and they use all kinds of stuff. I mean, you wouldn't believe some of these things.
Neat. Now, the models, how do you convince someone to come and you're going to put on coffee filters? They must have a ball, but how do they pick which they wear, and how difficult is it to get them into these outfits?
Well, some of my models I choose with them in mind. To kind of, custom fit. But some of my dresses have been worn by several different models now, and I make them pretty stretchy. This kind of stretches this way so that it can fit different figures, because I'm doing that to anticipate that it'll be worn by a few different models. So usually I make them they're stretchy, so they stretch to fit, but some of them I do like that. But I did a show in July where I didn't pick the models. They were all professional models that came in, and they did great because they're used to wearing all kinds of things. So it was fine.
That's cool. And the logistics of getting them all in is it like a regular fashion show, or they walk down and you got to keep cranking them and all that?
Well, we've been really lucky that a lot of our friends are just as gorgeous as we are, of course, and they volunteered to model, and they're really excited to wear something out of the ordinary. And not only that, but we have Motabella Boutique on, who makes cigar box purses, jewelry, handmade scarves. So they're going to be one of our retail participants. So they're still wearing wearable art, and recycling cigar boxes to make a purse. Who would have ever, and they've come such a long way. To when I used to decoupage on some, and I thought it was cool, to when you see what they really can do with them. So we have a variety of items. We have retail items. Angel Dabble from Lewiston is going to be involved as well. So we have even a menswear this time. Jeffrey Bagneshi, who is a tattoo artist, he's also a resident of the NAC. He is going to be doing some men's jackets. So we will have male models. We might have a spot available if you're...
Well, as you said, you have to pick I would just wonder what the product would be that I would wear. And I don't want to even put that up for grabs. Unless we make it a contest on the hub. What should Craig...
That's a good idea.
That's
actually.
an awesome
That's a great idea.
Speedo? Some kind of Speedo decorator?
No,
I knew that
We're
was
reserving that for you,
just
actually,
wrap me in
Chris.
toilet paper because I'm a real asshole. We can say that. It's not a
We can say that.
There's no thing.
Sure.
So, all right, cool. Anything else?
Yeah, you know what? We have a lot of awesome sponsors. As a matter of fact, of course, Wine on Third and the Pizza Bistro, and Double Cross Vodka is providing the vodka for the evening, and we're going to be selling the Double Cross Vodka signature drink of the evening, which we came up with. Actually, Tim, our bar manager, and I were like, we need to make something really delicious and cool. It's called the Blue Wave, and it's got, of course, vodka and lemonade and a little bit of the blue stuff, and it's delicious. And all night, those are going to be $5. All the proceeds are going to the aquarium as well.
What is the blue stuff?
I cannot divulge.
Morocco?
Yeah, that stuff. But I was going to make it seem a little dirtier than that. That's a lot. Not only that, but Mary Grace, I begged and begged and begged her because I've seen her sketches and they're amazing. So I said, I need a sketch for this flyer. I need it. So she came up with a few of them, and they were so beautiful that I had them printed. And we will also be selling these for $5 that night, again, with the proceeds going to the aquarium as well. So there's lots of ways to support, lots of ways to have a good time. The kitchen will be open, of course, and we're really super excited about it. And of course, we thank you for helping us out in every way that you have, and getting our models a place to get ready. And we really appreciate it. And we really appreciate the support in something so different, something that's kind of come onto the Niagara Falls scene as art, as sculpture, fashion, and people have been really accepting of it, and we're thrilled. We're absolutely thrilled that it's growing.
amazing. And I love that this might inspire some of the young people in our city to really do something with the talent that they have, because there's just so much talent in Western New York, and especially some of the young people that I've talked to, some of our models who I like giving them something really positive in Niagara Falls,
Cool.
and something different that doesn't usually happen around here and happens in big cities. And
And then
I wanna
take
show
that story somewhere else and say, look
Yeah.
what this kid did when they got, yeah, that's
Right.
excellent. Well, thank you. I understand you have a coat made out of mouse traps for me to try on, and we'll let you know how that works out on our next show with the cool people.
Great.
So, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Great to see you.